You need to study yourself with your environment so that you will be able to see who you are. That allows you know and understand who you need to be able to partner with you in a journey you are going to. The truth is, you attract who you are. There's a very high chance you will make a big blunder if you don't find yours before you get into marriage. Very high chance. Very high chance. Yes, there are steps to finding your person, and I'm giving you the steps now for you to use. It starts with you studying yourself. You need to study yourself. You need to understand yourself. You need to know how you function. Everybody wants to find the one, but how can you recognize them if you haven't even recognized yourself? So, welcome to the second part of this 8-part series from our book, Your Person, Recognizing the One. That would definitely help you if you follow all these steps. So if you are curious about finding your partner, finding the right partner, all of this 8-part series will help you with things you'll be able to do so that you'll be able to unveil who you are called to be with over the next 1 year. This part 2, we're talking about you studying yourself first. Because the truth is, you attract who you are. You attract your mindset, you attract your belief, you attract your value system, and that is the way life is designed. So if you don't know your purpose, if you don't know your likes, if you don't even know your flaws, if you don't even know the things that God has called you to do and the things that God has called you not to do, you are going to keep getting lost in other people's expectations. So studying yourself is a critical element in finding yourself that leads you to finding your person. So I'll tell you this. When I was way younger, I had a flair for conceptualization, idealization, drama. In my high school days, I used to be able to put together teams to act and display their gifts on stage. When there are events in school, I was just quick to understand how to manage the event, how to give concept, how to give situation to the event. Another thing I was good in, I was good at studying flaws. When somebody puts out something, I would just say, oh, this could have been done differently. Oh, there's something that was wrong here. Then, but I didn't know what those gifts were. And many times those gifts put me in trouble. I got into a relationship and I didn't know how to, those gifts were not on, I had not fine-tuned them. So I was constantly criticizing the person I was with because I had an eye to just see how things can be better, but I had not studied to understood that gift, developed it well enough to be able to package, present, and use it in a healthy manner. So it was a destructive gift in a raw form. So I lost that relationship because I was very critical. Harsh, blunt to a fault. I say it the way I see it. Even if it was a gift that I had, it became an issue for my relationship because I didn't know how to use it. So you need to study yourself with your environment so that you will be able to see who you are. That allows you know and understand who you need to be able to partner with you in a journey you are going to. Because if you don't know who you are, you will not know who to pick. So studying yourself is a critical element that is even reinforced with scriptures and instructions from the Bible. Examine yourself to see whether you are in faith. Test yourself regularly. 2 Corinthians 13, verse 5. You have to check, you have to see, you have to test, you have to be sure, you have to know how you do, how you function, how you present yourself. This is the time to know that now that you are single. What are your gifts? What's your assignments? What did God put you on earth to do? What's your life goal and purpose? What's your bent? What are these things that, can keep you As I'm recording and I'm speaking to you now, physically I am tired. But I don't think you can tell with my voice because I am energized as I'm speaking, because I'm speaking within my passion and my purpose. I am called to be able to show people their relational blueprint of the kingdom. So I can do this tired or not. So what's yours? I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139 verse 14 tells us, because each and every one of us has been made in the image of God to be able to execute something on the earth. Have you found yours? Before you are looking for a spouse, you will make a big blunder. There's a very high chance you will make a big blunder if you don't find yours before you get into marriage. Very high chance. Very high chance. So you need to study yourself. Proverbs 27:3 tells us, know well the condition of your flocks and give attention to your head, which simply talks about the principle of stewardship. You must first manage yourself before you invite somebody else to come and manage life with you. So study yourself. What's it for you? How do you function? You need to spend time and give attention to this. You can't give what you don't have or what you don't even know you have. It's something you need to sit with and think about and examine that, okay, what are my likes? What are my dislikes? I'm not talking about the things you love. I've been called to love everybody. But what are the things that I'm very peculiar about? What things do I find easy to do? Lord, you made me fearfully and wonderfully. So it means that you had a plan for my life before I came. What's that plan? Let me just stop and tell you now. That plan is not marriage. Marriage is a plan, is a part of the plan to get you to the expected end. But marriage is not the plan. God did not put you on earth to be married. That's not what He died for. That's not what He created you for. So what did you put me to accomplish? Because when I know this, then I can now find and ask you to bring the partner that you have called me to do it with. You need to be able to see that. Because many people only know themselves in the context of others. Other people see them as a friend, other people see them as a lover, other people see them as an employee, but not apart from others. Without others, people impute. They don't know who they are. If you remove the titles, the engineer, the son, the last born, the first child, the doctor, the graduates, the undergrad, if you remove the labels from your life, who are you? Without the labels, who are you? Who are you? Who are you called to reach? What are you called to do? Without that, this is how you begin to set yourself in the right trajectory towards finding your person. Your future spouse can't complete you. They can only complement what is already existing in you. And if you have not found that thing that is existing in you, you will most likely pick the wrong person to be able to come on board with you. So you need to spend time to study yourself. First of all, identify who am I when no one is watching. What lifts me up? Lord, what lifts me up? God will show you. He made you. This is, it takes pleasure in you doing what He made you for. So He's not going to hold you hostage from showing you what He needs to show you for you to be able to execute what He has called you to execute. He knows you will show you. So who are you when no one is watching? Who are you without the label? What's the core truth that defines you? What's your value system? What's your value system? What do you believe in? What drives and engineers your lives? What's your life assignment? What's your life purpose? What's your life vision? What's your value? Do you have values? Do you have values you live by? Or you just go by every wind? What's your personality? How are you? I'm not a crowd person. I thrive more in quiet places. So I when I want to create, I do it in my quiet. Then I, execute or present to the crowd. Some people function the opposite way. You need to. Are you a morning person? Are you a night person? You need to know. You need to know. You can't leave it to random. How do you process thoughts? By thinking or by talking? I do by talking. Some do by thinking. Others do by journaling. My thoughts are processed quicker in conversations. So you need to know now. You need to know who you are and how you are designed. What are the things you genuinely like? What are the things you genuinely dislike? Like, these are of your own accord, not impressed by culture, by community, by friends, by employee, by family, of your own accord. What problem are you called to solve? What problem are you called to solve? What on earth are you called to come and represent God's culture, God's kingdom, and God's mindset in? What are you called to solve? What do people naturally come to me for? What do I find it easy to help people with? What naturally compels people my way? What activity gives me joy even without being paid? What gives you joy? You can ask yourself these questions. I also recommend that you can pray and ask God. Because God is very passionate about you finding and executing your purpose more than you getting married. I know that there's no marriage in heaven. There's no marriage in heaven. So everything you need to do about marriage is compounded. And this is why this is very important. Because the context at which you are going to find, I need you to pay close attention. Please, I need you to pay close attention. The context at which you are going to find who you're supposed to marry is that when you know yourself, because you know yourself, this is not sin. And I'm not talking about sin or you don't know God. You're already a Christian. You know God is your king. Then you know yourself. What it does for you is that it defines your community. Your community are those people that they are of like mind, of like value, and of like interest like you. Within that your community, you will now find your tribe. Your tribe are people in your community that you people are on the same path on assignment. It's in that tribe you will find your person. I'm telling you, that's the secret. But you see how it goes back. It goes back to you knowing yourself first. So you see it in the Bible. When you study tribes in the Bible, you see it. Each tribe had a function. There are people who were warriors. So they had the parts for warriors and fighting. So they were able to marry themselves. You know why it is important to marry people in your tribe within the same assignment? Conflict of interest will be removed in the future. When it's time for war, your spouse will not say, stay and buy bread. Because you are both warriors on the same assignment paths. That's why it is important to know yourself first. Then you know your community. Then it helps you know your tribe. Then your tribe shows you your person. Because you and your person, you are going to share the same assignments. It will be expressed differently, but your assignments are going to align. You see the way God plans this thing? Precise. So they had warriors. They had the tribes of priests. So if you are called to partner with a priest and a priest was supposed to go to the temple, you will not demand for sex when the priest is supposed to go to the temple, and you will not feel bad because even you that you're going to be in the house watching the kids, you know you are fully fulfilling your assignment in partnership with someone that is a priest. So not only would you help yourself find your person, you would help yourself walk in the marriage line quicker. That's how it works.
We don't fake it, we face it.
That's how it works. There are groups of worshippers. There are tribes for lead. It's all is littered in the Bible. Then when you marry in your tribe, then you see you both of you are seen from the same lenses in complement to each other. Then you are able to move faster. But it starts with you studying yourself. You need to study yourself. You need to understand yourself. You need to know how you function. You need to know that. Your unique design will help you to know your tribe socially, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, value-based. So, for instance, if you have the teaching gifts, you're going to navigate towards the teaching tribe. So your spouse will be within the teaching tribe, and you see that you'll be able to complement each other's teaching gifts. Maybe yours in the teaching dimension was to be the one in the forefront speaking, and your spouse own in the teaching dimension was to be the one to prepare the content that you speak about, but you complement each other in the same tribe.
Every truth, every tear, talk the real, heal the heart, make the silence disappear.
So you complement each other in the same tribe, and you're able to execute. But it starts with you studying yourself. You see, Adam was a man in the garden because he did a diligent work in studying himself. He saw all the animals. He saw them, he named them, he lived with them for a while, but he knew he could not marry any of them. But you see, the problem is, for most of us, unlike Adam, we didn't study ourselves. So, there you go. You are marrying, just as a metaphor, you're marrying an ape because you couldn't recognize that you're not supposed to marry the ape. The ape was not in your tribe. So you need to study yourself. Because once you know your tribe, you start to see the kind of person that you aligns with your assignment. The person also sees you. The person also sees you. Like the person also sees you. It just feels like light bulbs goes off on both ends. And then you're able to execute. So you pray about it. The Lord reviews this search, this distinct characteristics of yours, this call, this purpose, this passion. It shows it to you that you connect in your tribe. When you get to your tribe, you don't start dating everybody. Because you're not in your tribe, you don't fall in love anyhow. You know why? You've dealt with chapter 1. You've healed from your dysfunction. So now you are whole in your tribe. Then you are able to identify who is in aligned assignment to you. Because you know the ultimate qualifier for you to pick you to marry? Purpose, not feelings. Purpose, not looks. Purpose. Purpose. Purpose becomes the ultimate qualifier. So you pray about it. God will reveal it to you. You can also journal your experience. Take out time. Write about these things. What have you done? What are you digesting? Then, just on the link, we're going to leave, some personality and spiritual gift assessments. It might just help you review some things quicker. We'll leave some sites and a link for you to go there. Sit down. You want to, is it not married? You want to marry? Sit down and do the work that takes you to get married right now. Sit down and do the work. Also rely and speak to trusted mentors and friends. Ask them, what patterns do you see in me? They can only give you a pointer. God is the one that can really show you what He made you for, because He's the one that made you. Spend time with yourself. Spend time with yourself. The workbook is on this link. Do it. Do the workbook. Study yourself like a subject. Yes. In this your single season, study yourself like a subject. Journal your reactions to things you hear on the news, your inner reflection. Journal those things. Write them down. Journal the thing, your preferences, your strengths, your weaknesses. Weaknesses are just not like these has nothing to say. Weaknesses is just areas that you're not too proficient at. Areas that don't come easily to you. So the more you know yourself, the clearer it becomes when you meet somebody who doesn't align with your design. So it is easy for you not to fall in love anyhow. Because you know already. You know already. You know already. These things forms guardrails that prevent you from unnecessary heartbreak, heartache, or loss for your life. Because until you are able to come to the point where you know you are, you will not be able to recognize your person. So you see things you can use on the workbook. 5 things you genuinely enjoy doing. And 3 you truly dislike. Write them down. Deal with it. Put some thoughts into it. Ask people when you want to. When I'm under pressure, how do I naturally react? What do people often thank me for? What do I believe my purpose might be in this season? What has God called me to be? If you don't have answers today, now is the time for you to put blank spaces to this question and begin to seek answers from the place of prayer with the Lord. Yes, there are steps to finding your person, and I'm giving you the steps now for you to use. Where and whom do you feel most at home around, and why? And why? And why? Take the personality gift test. You want to try for the next 7 days to spend time, at least 30 minutes alone. No phone, no music. You just either go into nature, notice nature, or stay in your room and meditate. And you begin to have clear images of what you are going to do. So you can also write a 1-page self-portrait. Who are you? What do I love? What drains me? It begins to show you. Sometimes what you don't like begins to help you see the things you like clearer. And I hope you can do this as we move along to the next episode on how you can find your person in the next 1 year, inspired by my book written by me, Your Person, Recognizing the One. You can order locally. The links you can also order internationally on Amazon. Until I see you next week. Bye-bye for now.